The Incredible Hulk will not be presented this evening.
Damn!
All right, everybody. It is Wednesday, and we are back. Everybody, welcome. Matt, welcome back.
Thank
your
you,
dreams
sir.
were your ticket
Hello,
out. Joe, welcome back to that same old place that we laughed about.
Hey, question.
So the names of... Hey, Krellbar, welcome.
Matt has a question. Matt's rocking the white Christmas tree.
Yeah, you like that, eh?
Rocking around.
I like Caucasian.
So I noticed Zim is not in the intro anymore. Did he officially bow out?
I didn't notice that.
So Zim said he was having some trouble with his computer and messaged me and said he won't be able to come on. He'll let me know when he can come back on, but he's trying to not come on because his computer is, it just becomes too, and it's been too chaotic. But he'll let me know when he's coming back.
All right.
Cold in Boston. Yeah, you know, it reminds me of a story of the polar bear that went to his mother and said, "Am I 100% polar bear?" She goes, "What? Yeah, I'm 100%. Your father's 100%. You're 100% polar bear." He's like, "I'm going to go ask Dad." So he goes to his father and he says, "Hey, Dad, am I 100% polar bear?" He goes, "Your mother's 100% polar bear. I'm 100% polar bear. Why are you asking?" He goes, "Because I'm fucking freezing." A great joke. Anyways,
Is there a Polish bear joke?
Anyways, folks, today is December 6th. We are 4 days after Kiss performed its last show. Did anybody get a chance to see this Kiss show on pay-per-view or on YouTube in the recast?
Mm-mm.
No.
I might add, it's Randy Rhoads' birthday today.
It is.
It
really?
Is. Yep. It would have been 67. I believe.
I didn't know that.
Wow.
Yes.
All right. So none of you guys watched the Kiss thing. So anyways,
Snippets.
Paul Stanley's voice was I'm going to maybe recap the show. Paul Stanley's voice was terrible. His voice was terrible. Halfway through the show, I realized he's getting some assistance. And then I thought of myself as Buddy Rich, and I said, "Then where will you be without the assistance?" Yeah, he sounded terrible. The band didn't sound great to begin with. At the end of the show, Paul Stanley was like, "The band belongs to you, the people." And I'm like, "Really? Well, let me get my accountant on the phone." I'm aware of this. Because for years, we haven't been collecting any money. Yeah, guys, there's lots of people we'll talk about who passed. Let me go on my rant first about Kiss. After the show, they went up to Stanley and they said, "What are you going to do after you'll never play in front of another big show again, another big crowd again?" And he said, "I'm Evan Stanley. My father's over there." They go, "We know who you are." For those who don't know, Evan Stanley's band opened for Kiss that night.
Oh.
So they'll never play in front of a big crowd again. Are you kidding me? Tonight, Evan Stanley's band will be playing at the Meadowlands. Tomorrow night, they'll be in New Jersey at the TikTok Lounge.
They're going to put a franchise tag on it and have several Kiss performances all around the country.
Well, somebody.
No, you haven't seen. So they announced they were going to do this thing where they have like these animations, and it's like the next era of Kiss. Let me tell you something. Led Zeppelin did that in 1980 when they went to Jim Henson and said, "Build me a Muppets version of Led Zeppelin." We'll just pipe. I'm kidding. I didn't do this. They'll just pipe in live Zeppelin music and have the Muppets dance around. Although I love the concept, and I'll tell you right now, before I watch 2 seconds of Kiss on a fucking automatron video doing AI, I would much rather see The Song Remains the Same performed by Muppets.
Yeah.
Right?
So is he talking about them doing like a hologram thing?
Yeah.
It's not like, I don't know if it's a hologram. Either way, it seems like it's terribly unentertaining.
Yeah, but I've heard, I'm not saying one way or the other. I'm just saying that I've talked to a friend of mine who actually went and saw, I think it was a Buddy Holly concert with him as a, in the hologram. And he said, dude, it looked fucking real. He said, he goes, it's, they could do
well,
that
if they can make the hologram Paul Stanley
the
sing.
sticking out of his head.
Yeah,
First of all, let me explain something to you. If it's all about the fans who have been with them for 40 years, you think you could have put together a set list that wasn't your set list for the last 10 years? Like the last show. And tell me, were you guys all Kiss fans growing up?
Oh, yeah. Of course.
Yeah.
No, not really. A few songs. My brother was a big Kiss fan.
All right.
I liked a few songs.
If you go see Kiss, after they open up, and I don't care if they open up at Detroit Rock City or Deuce, you have to open up with one of those. Second song in, you got to give me Come On and Love Me. When was the last time they played Come On and Love Me? I want to hear Lover All I Can. I want to hear some songs from Hotter Than Hell. I want to hear Take Me off Rock and Roll Over. I want to hear Almost Human. You know what I don't want to hear? I don't want to hear War Machine. Sorry, Gene. And I don't want to hear Heaven's on Fire or any of those 80s songs.
Yeah.
Well, that was a no makeup song. Why were they doing that?
Why? Have you heard Paul Stanley sing? Let me tell you something. Anybody who thinks that Billy Squire's video ruined his career, how come it didn't hurt Paul Stanley? Paul Stanley, every time he gets on stage, dances around way more effeminately. I mean, he makes fucking Paul Lynde look like the Marlboro Man. I was like, the singing Mountie on F Troop never looked so rugged. Anyway, that's enough of my rant. Oh, I got to tell the chat something. I'm very disappointed. My Evan Stanley bit about him never playing in front of a big crowd again, that was gold. And none of you guys paid attention. That was gold.
Somebody posted a thing and I was like, yeah, that could probably happen. Is that they'll probably now announce they're going to do a Las Vegas residency thing,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, let me also say this. At the end of the show, that's what they should do. They should do a residency where they hire different guys to come in as Paul and Gene. It should be a whole fake band, in my opinion, because Paul shouldn't sing anymore. But Paul, at the end of the show, smashed a Flying V guitar. And he smashed the guitar. The guy's in his 70s smashing a guitar. You want to talk about cringe factor 10? It was cringy as hell. I was like, what the hell am I seeing here?
I don't know.
There is more charisma at the Village People farewell show.
Charisma.
David Hodo has never looked so rugged.
Well, he kind of looked rugged, but he didn't sound rugged.
All right, that's enough about me ripping on Kiss. And don't get me wrong, I'm a huge Kiss fan from the early years. I like the first 3 albums. The second 3 albums, I don't care for Destroyer. I've made that very clear. I'm not wrong. Rock and Roll Over and Love Gun are great records. Alive 2 is a great record. Alive 2, by the way, is far superior to Destroyer. Far superior. But they put out a lot of shit and they focus on a lot of the garbage. How am I not hearing Love 'Em, Leave 'Em from Gene? Love 'em! I want it. And I don't care where they're playing. It should always start off, all right, Tokyo, you wanted the... People in Madison Square Garden going, what? Tokyo? Where the fuck are we? All right, that's enough about that. Guys, have you seen Gibson has come out with this Les Paul? It has a Brazilian rosewood fingerboard, and it's a 59 reissue. Have you seen this guitar?
No.
Nobody look it up. No one look it up. I want to guess in the chat from you 3, what does this guitar sell for at Sweetwater?
God. $69.99, I bet. Some bullshit.
79.
Custom shop reissue. Do not look it up, Matt. I see you.
$79.99.
I was going to say $6,000. Yeah.
I'm going to say $8,000.
The price is Hannah Baum nailed it
12
in the
grand.
chat.
What is it?
It's 20 grand.
Fuck off.
Woohoo! Let me empty my bank account.
20 grand for a 59 Les Paul custom shop reissue. By the way, now let me just say this. The parts to this guitar cost the exact same it costs to make a overpriced regular 59, which they sell for like $7,000 or $6,000 now. But let me just say this. I would much rather have an ebony fingerboard instead of the rosewood. Whatever they charge for a Les Paul custom, they could make you a 59 reissue for that same price. It's a bloviated number based on absolutely nothing.
Cork sniffs.
It's become a guitar that is no longer, it's basically just trying to sell it to the doctors and lawyers who love the bands growing up, but who aren't musicians. And musicians, that's why, like, they should just go out and play other branded stuff. And, you know, it's even like the custom shop Fenders are just out of control, but not that out of control. They're not that insane, but that is a fucking retarded price for a Les Paul 59 reissue.
Yeah, it's stupid. I mean, there's nothing at all
Yeah, it's
there
just
to
a look.
justify that.
It's Brazilian rosewood. I mean, it looks nice. It doesn't look as good as ebony. I'll take ebony.
Well, even so, it's like, what else on the guitar could possibly warrant that cost?
Nothing.
Same pickups they put in the other shit, right?
Same thing.
Same
Yeah, they're
pounds?
putting the custom buckers, which I think I prefer burst buckers than the custom buckers.
Mm-hmm. It's still insane. I mean, they're probably going to sit on. Well, I don't know. There's a lot of dumbasses out there that'll, you know, if they got a lot of money to burn, they'll like just do it for the sake of saying they have it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, there's so much gear. It was funny. There was a gear guy that I saw posted a thing and he said he's not going to do gear anymore. He gets too much hate for it. He doesn't care. He's like, it's stupid. It really, you should focus on playing, folks. Go out and play. Play something.
Well, I'll say this, it won't depreciate. 10 years from
What's
now,
that?
it'll be friggin' this $20,000 guitar will probably be friggin' $35,000, $40,000.
Yeah, you just have to
10
hunt
years
the
from now.
sucker down. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah. They say there's a sucker born every minute, and I guess Gibson's lawyers have they got a pulse on them.
I got to tell you though, I saw a guy who posted 2 Les Pauls side by side. One was a real Gibson, one was a Chibson. And not only could you visually not really tell the difference, he was like, I actually like the way the Chibson plays better than the real Gibson.
Yeah,
He
I
goes,
saw that.
Well, he goes, what's the price? You know, what's the difference? About a couple of grand. But other than that, he said there's really nothing. I mean,
Yeah,
My
it's
Epiphone,
really
I
whatever
put
you
that up
like.
Against any Les Paul.
Well, what do they call that when they hit that the more expensive, the something in the return? What do they call
Law
that?
of diminishing returns.
The law of diminishing returns. Yeah. You got
It's like you get this much better for this much price.
You got 7 to 10 pounds of fucking wood that a computer carved with a CNC machine. You got the same. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I guess
It's
we'll see. They say how
it's
many they're
almost
making?
in everything. I mean, we smoke cigars. You can go find yourself an Arturo Fuente God of Fire for $25 to $35 a cigar. And I'll tell you right now, I've smoked a $2 stick today that I think smoked better.
Yeah.
Which one's that? That the wide?
No, I smoked today a Caldwell Lost and Found Malparitos.
Never heard of it.
Yeah,
Gotta try it.
it's good. And it's a very limited cigar. But either way, it was cheap. And you don't need to spend kinds of crazy money. Like I said, I showed this guitar. I bought this guitar for $300 off of Craigslist. It was brand new in a gig bag. I took the neck off, sold the neck for $140, $150, sold the pickups and everything for $100. So what was that? Like $250 out of the guitar. So I'm $50 in. I put a new neck on it, new pickups on it. Thing plays like $1,000 custom shop. It's unbelievable. Stainless
Elon
steel
Musk.
frets.
Elon Musk should buy Gibson.
I don't think he cares. It doesn't make that much money.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I
Eric
just
Johnson
thought that
agreed. But anyways, so that was that. Also, I just wanted to go over this real quick. I've been watching a lot of you guys know what Cushion Billiards is?
Where you play every
that's a no.
shot.
So
No,
Cushion
cushions?
Billiards is you play on a billiard table that does not have any pockets. There are 3 balls. You hit one of the balls with your ball. Your ball goes 3 rails and then hits another ball. You get a point. Anyways, I enjoy I haven't played it in probably 10, 15 years, maybe longer. I used to love Cushion. I started watching it, and they make the guys dress up like fucking waiters. Every time I'm watching it, I'm like, hey, when you get me a sandwich before you come back? Yeah, it's but I do enjoy I do enjoy the 3 Cushion.
He wants you to ask him something.
Thanks, Everett. Who's asking me? Ask me, Dave.
You ask him what?
Larry, I'm now
Larry-
working on a Brazilian rosewood body with Coca-Cola Les Paul.
Oh, I'm sure you know what it is, Hugh, because all the Scotsmen up there, they know 3 Cushion. They know, snooker. Stephen Hendry. The Rocket, Ronnie O'Sullivan. By the way, that's the greatest. I love watching snooker. All right, what was the question? Somebody
Can
else
I
had
add something? I saw
Yes.
snooker live at my high school. Superfly Jimmy Snooker. To be
Ooh, he's so great.
He went to
By
the
the way,
top row.
Andrew Collins is bringing up that Hall & Oates are fighting. Guys, I watched a video the other day. It was acoustic. In fact, I think it was Bob. I thought it was Bob Glob on bass. But John Oates was singing. Let me try to think of what song it was. It was an 80s one. I can't remember what song it was. But he was singing acoustic, and I forgot what a great fucking voice he has. I love his.
Kiss on my list.
No. It was
Out of touch.
You're Out of Touch.
Yeah, I got on the second one.
But his voice is unfucking real. I'll tell you right now, if it wasn't for Daryl Hall, John Oates would have been a superstar. He's got a great fucking voice. People, go up and look for that on YouTube. John Oates singing acoustic Out of Touch. Voice is great. His voice is fantastic. Randy Rhodes' birthday, he would have been 67.
Yep.
I didn't know his birthday was 4 days before Joe's.
Yeah. Well, now you do.
Joe, so he was 11 years older than you.
Yeah, I guess. My brother was 7 years older than me.
Yeah. But he was 7 years. He was 11 years and 4 days older than you.
I was thinking about that too, because Eddie was born January of 55, right?
Yeah.
So Randy was December of 56. So they were almost 2 years apart.
Yeah. I think they were just a grade apart, though, right? In school, though?
That I don't know. They went to different schools, but I was just thinking about that, how he was, I mean, with about one.
Yeah,
month.
Randy was from
Burbank.
Pasadena, wasn't he?
No, Burbank. Eddie was Pasadena. Randy was Burbank.
Oh, Pasadena. Oh, Burbank. Right.
Yeah.
Well, they're right next to each. Well, you got Glendale between them.
Yeah.
It's all LA.
No, but those are towns. I mean, because the original factory, the Charvel factory, Jackson factory, is really in Glendora.
Uh-huh.
It just so happens that it's on the town line, and across the street where the P.O. box was in San Dimas.
Mm-hmm.
Named
But
after
the actual...
the famous Ed Wood movie, Glen or Glendora.
One of my favorite guitar players, Glendora Tipton.
Did you see the new Judas Priest video?
No.
It's not a bad song. They're all out in the woods like they're some kind of a death metal band. And
Are they wearing makeup?
no, but it's very oversaturated black and white, which kind of hides pretty much everything.
The age.
Yes.
Hides the lines.
Are they smashing guitars? That's the thing. For me, Kiss is like...
Back to Kiss.
Well, the reason I want to bring it up is the Who was smashing guitars, but the Who is more like a rowdy ruffian. What do you call them? They're like mods. They were rebellious. They were like a rebellion. They reflect the rebellious youth. Do you think Kiss ever reflected the rebellious youth?
Hell no.
No.
Teenage boys.
Kiss was basically the comic book band. You know what I mean? It's like you bring the Kiss record to school when you're in third grade. Your friends go, "What is the music like?" Dude, it's 4 dudes dressed as monsters. What the hell difference what the music's like? No pleasing you?
Kiss versus the Phantom.
Oh, God.
Of the park.
Yeah.
Right.
Boy, that was...
How rebellious are they? They're fighting the Phantom of the Park, who's Anthony Zerbe.
Anthony Zerbe's a rebel. Yeah,
Right?
Anthony Zerbe, he's the one that gets shocked and he has a heart
But
attack
Paul
and dies.
Stanley at 70 years old is up there smashing guitars. We do this for you. We are here because of you. Yeah, we get it. You sell tickets, people buy them, you come in and collect the money. We get it.
Capitalism, baby.
Yeah.
The
We make
people,
money
Kiss
'cause of you.
belongs to the people. Can somebody
What?
get my fucking tax forms so I can find out how much money these guys owe me?
Yeah.
Well, I say
Certainly
this.
own the
I've been watching some of Ace Frehley, and yeah, he's not up to snuff or whatever, but he's doing he opens up with Parasite.
Yeah. Again, if I'm going to see a punk band in 1977 and Johnny Rotten takes fucking Steve Jones' guitar and smashes it into an amplifier, I'm going to be like, this is fucking wild.
Yeah.
Because these guys are out of their fucking minds. When I see a 70-year-old guy worth $150 million and more makeup than a 2-bit hooker,
Senility.
and he's smashing guitars on his farewell tour because he's a
Billionaire.
He's a pulled disc away from walking with a walker. He's a pulled disc away from getting that bathtub. What's that bathtub they sell all the time?
I don't know
woman
the
that-
bathtub.
The sitting bathtub.
Yeah, the walk-in tub.
Fucking walk-in
Yeah.
tub.
This
Soon to be
guy's
the
a
shitting
fucking pulled
bathtub.
disc from a walk-in tub, and he's smashing a fucking. You have to watch the whole show. I got to tell you, and I don't think Paul's singing after song 1. In fact, I think he has help the whole time because if he talks like he could barely get out a word. He sounds like Brenda Vaccaro after fucking pumping a fucking Little League game.
I think what they should have done, open the show, they should have Paul and Gene come down on stair lifts on the side.
Now that would have been I would have walked out going, that was the greatest show ever.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be fucking
They
great.
got Gene
Like the old lady.
What was the other guys? What's Tommy Thayer? They got him on
Tommy
those
Thayer.
lifts. And the guys, if you watch them on those lifts, you've never seen two grown men look more scared. and I'm watching the thing going, did they have to go on that? Like, couldn't you just say, yeah, you know what? I don't think it's... Hugh Caldwell saw the Pistols when he was 8.
In Glasgow.
Yeah. Gene sounded good. I always liked Gene's voice. Fucking rock bottom. You know, the funny thing is Paul did all these songs in the early days of Kiss where his voice wasn't super high. By the way, Kiss was playing everything a whole step down, and Paul still couldn't hit the notes.
Damn.
But they should have done rock bottom just so you could hear Gene go, rock bottom. To me, that's the show. I can't wait a day. Just hear Gene go, rock bottom. Gene's the greatest in that band.
Oh,
Yeah, he did look. The clips I saw, he looks like a bloated tick, though.
Who, Gene?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
The,
no, I don't
the
think he was
makeup
selling
and
his...
costume's not covering it. He looks like Steven Seagal trying to cover it up in a movie.
He's
now.
been a bloated tick for a long time.
Yeah. This is Gene Simmons from Kiss. Yeah, like I said, it was, for me, the hilarity of the show is, wait till the end of the show, we have our big announcement. This is the new era of Kiss. We're going to be a cartoon. That's great. I hate to tell you something, Kiss. I already saw the fucking Scooby-Doo Kiss.
Yep.
You've done this before. Have you guys seen Scooby-Doo Kiss?
No, but I saw that. I saw it on the list of stuff that when I was browsing one time, and I was like, I have to watch that sometime. But
It's fantastic.
It's like a two-part thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they talk about all the characters, the cat, the spaceman, the demon, and the Star Child. The Star Child.
Okay. Wait.
Is Love Gun the last decent Kiss album? I want to say Dynasty.
Yeah.
I think Dynasty was good. I like the Ace Frehley songs on Dynasty. But Love Gun has almost... Love Gun and Dynasty have their low points. In Love Gun, you have... and she kissed me. That stinks.
Yeah.
What the hell is Kiss doing? And any way you want it on a live, too. What the hell are you doing?
Yeah, Dave Clark 5.
Oh, The Elder was a terrible record.
I mean, I like the song, but I mean, I think Paul Stanley even admitted,
World Without Heroes.
We couldn't match the Dave Clark version.
No, but Dave Clark is not 4 guys dressed as monsters playing heavy metal.
Yeah.
Dave Clark's was a bunch of British gentlemen dressed in suits fucking playing early 60s rock.
Yeah.
Yep.
Kiss needed
Anyways.
to do. Here we come again. Ooh.
So Shane is saying that he saw the new Ace video and he's playing at a level I've never seen him do live, which means someone else probably played it.
No.
Yeah, I saw the 10,000 volts. It sounds like it sounds like he's trying to he's recapturing the old sound of Ace. He's basically going back, and that's fine. It sounds good. I wouldn't buy it, but I mean,
he had a couple of good albums though in the 80s.
I think his first solo album was good, and then
I like Trouble Walking. Is a good album.
I think he has a song called Fractured Mirror.
Oh, somebody redid that, didn't they?
No, I think he did it 5 times, right? It's like Fractured Mirror 2, Fractured Mirror 3.
No, John 5 did it on one of his albums.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Probably the first one that was on the solo.
I need to mention that I had some friends in a band called Trouble Walking, and they played a charity benefit for someone that was paralyzed.
Oh God!
It's like it said right on the, and no one gave it any thought. It's like, it was like all within group. The tickets come out. People didn't realize it until benefit for so and so. It's like it's music by Trouble.
Oh, I got to tell you this story. Yeah, a couple of days ago, I wake up, I look at my Facebook, and somebody posts about this guitar player named Fudge Keegan. And I guess people knew him. They were like, oh my God, we were best friends growing up. I can't believe he's gone still. It's been 35 years. And I'm sitting there going, should I write a comment like that I've known this guy? Because I don't even know. Like the person that posted it, I don't even know the person. They're like friends with me through musicians on Facebook. So I don't give a shit. I'm like, should I write that he didn't want to be a Cub Scout as a little kid? He always wanted to be a brownie. And then I'm like, well, that might be too corny. People will realize I'm referring to a fudge brownie. But then I was going to tell this story about how this guy gave me lessons on guitar and taught me how to, if I didn't know how to play a piece, how to make up parts and how to basically, sneak through it. And then one day I went to an audition and they were like, do you actually know the part or are you fudging it? I'm like, you guys know him too? And I just figured that they'd be like all over me telling me that I was an asshole. And I was like, should I do it? And I didn't. I did not do it. But anyways, let's give a moment to Fudge Keegan, who died 35 years ago with the name Fudge.
Hey, at the beginning of the show, you said something about a lot of people passing. But did some people die that I don't know?
Miles Goodwin.
Denny Lane passed away.
Who?
Denny Lane, the guitar player for Wings.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Didn't one of the
Wings?
April Wine.
April Wine is Miles Goodwin.
Yeah.
He died. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let me bring Howie Simon into the fold.
Hey, Howie.
Yo, Howie.
Why? We're just talking about Miles Goodwin passing.
Why do you? Why do you not have applause and flashing lights when I come in?
Oh, I know exactly.
Yeah, we really need to get.
I used to have the sound effects board, but that doesn't work for me anymore.
How you feeling this week?
With my hands, like I always do.
Oh, weren't you sick last week?
Yeah,
I think you gave it to me, Howie. I'm sick this week.
Well, if you'd stop trying to stick your tongue down my throat.
There you go.
Ooh.
Hello.
How's the phlegm collection?
So Miles Goodwin died.
That's
Denny Lane passed.
The April Wine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Denny Lane passed away.
Yeah.
And
there is a bar.
And what's the guy's name that did all those Archie Bunker shows? Norman
Lear?
Norman Lear passed away at 101.
I was going to say, wasn't he already dead?
That's what
I thought he
101.
died a couple years ago, yeah.
Holy shit, 101.
I watched a movie last night. I couldn't believe this guy. I'm like, this guy was in this movie last year. I thought he died a couple of years ago. So then I looked it up and he's still alive. James Hong.
Oh, yeah. James Hong, who was in All in the Family, too, in a bit part.
Oh, yeah. He was in a bunch of
Played the waiter.
God, that guy's been in
Big
like
Trouble in Little China.
Big Trouble in Little China, Wayne's World 2,
Blade Runner.
I love him.
Seinfeld.
He's still alive. He was in a movie called Every Something Everywhere.
Oh, Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in that. I watched that last night. I don't know if you watched any of the Kiss concert, Howie.
No, the last one I did not get to see it.
Yeah, at the end, Paul Stanley said, "The band belongs to you, the people." So I'd like you to get hold of your account and let's figure out how much money we owed.
That was on Saturday the 2nd. I was unfortunately coerced because it was the girlfriend's birthday into taking her to see Trans-Siberian Orchestra again.
Oh my goodness!
Which is for me a little bit painful to watch. I'm just not.
It's awful. I hated the band when they were. What was the name of the band before they were Trans-Siberian? Before they were the Transsexual Orchestra.
Sabotage.
Horrible. Yeah, I just don't. I mean, to me, it's like, first of all, I don't need to have somebody make Christmas songs heavy metal. Just leave it alone. Leave the balls alone.
If they would only do that song as the Ding Fries Are Done song.
My favorite was
get
always,
that guy up there. In the.
Do you remember when Twisted Sister did a heavy metal Christmas album? And I'm like, you're not.
I watched an interview where somebody said to Dee Schneider that he stole "We're Not Gonna Take It" from "Oh Come All Ye Faithful," and Dee was like, I never put those two together, but probably did. What do you think about it? Oh, come, all ye faithful.
Yes.
No, we ain't gonna take it.
Yeah, dude.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, he said he was like a church, like a choir boy or whatever. Lead singer of April Wine died too. Yeah. So yeah, Norman Lear was 101 years old.
Wow.
Unbelievable. Like I said, James Hong. By the way, usually when people get older, they lose weight. He's put on a few pounds in his 90. He's 94.
That's it? I thought he'd be up at 100 by now.
Seinfeld, body of 4.
Yeah.
Oh, is that who you're talking about?
Yeah, that's James
Oh,
Hong.
yeah,
He's still alive. He's 94.
Well, I mean,
Oh, you know your Seinfeld?
Yeah. When you make Norman Lear money, you probably do everything you can to try to stay alive. To spend
Yeah.
your money.
I'm a Juilliard trained dermatologist.
That would mean that when he was on Seinfeld, depending what year that was, he was probably like early 60s.
Well,
Yeah, that
Seinfeld went
episode
off
was
the
probably-
air in
Yeah.
97, I think, or
Oh,
98.
that episode was
97.
like
I was thinking 94.
second season, I think. So that's like 91 or 92.
Oh,
Yeah.
even younger then. Even younger.
Yeah, that was like second season.
Like 6 years older than us.
They say it's a huge turning point in the show. That was the the Chinese restaurant. They wrote that about Genghis Cohen, Howie. You ever go to Genghis Cohen?
Of course.
Yeah. They wrote that they were there at Genghis Cohen, and they're like, you ever go into Genghis Cohen? It's always like, yeah, it'll be like 5 minutes. And you look around and every fucking table's empty. You're like, 5 minutes for what? Oh, we'll teach you in 5 minutes. It's like, what?
I remember Dave told me about that place. The very first time he told me about that, I had never heard of it. There's this place out there, Genghis Khan. I laughed my fucking balls off.
Oh, the food's fantastic. It's fantastic. I don't know Howie, if you ever gone to Brent's. Have you done Brent's?
Yeah, a long time ago.
Oh, that place is good. That's the best
Yeah.
corned beef. Good corned beef. So you missed the conversation earlier. We were talking about Kiss, and I think it was Joe that said they would come. Or was it you, Krellbaugh? Who said that they should come down in those?
Yeah, stainless stairless.
Crowbar.
Yeah, you know those
stainless
stairlift
stainless.
commercials? That'd be hilarious if Gene and Paul came down in those instead of walking down. And they'd be like this to the audience. Because
It'd be great if there was a malfunction. If there's a malfunction, they get stuck and it starts jittering or something like that.
I don't know if you knew, Howie, that Evan Stanley's band opened.
I heard that, yeah. I have some
And they
friends.
asked him after the show, they said, what's it like to never play in front of a big crowd? And he goes, no, we're not breaking up. He goes, yeah, it doesn't matter. Your father's done. You're done. No nepotism there.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
I don't think they're done playing shows. I just think, they've said we're done touring. So I think there's already something booked for next year that they've already got a date on their calendar. Now, whether they wear makeup or not, that remains to be seen. But that was not their last concert ever.
Yeah. You think?
I know. Their egos wouldn't allow it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's like, for me, first of all, the set list they did, Howie, was horrendous. It's like the same set list they've been doing for the last 15 years. Can you throw in Come On and Love Me?
That was the big complaint about the last show. Was it was exactly the same as the whole tour. Anything you watch on YouTube, it's the same thing. Apparently, he didn't even really say anything different. Didn't mention.
Right, of course, because it's all piped in. He's not even singing. He's a Muppet up there.
Yeah.
They should have just had the Madam puppet up there singing for Paul Stanley. Dress Madam with the star on her eye. That'd be a show I'd see. With Waylon Flowers' voice, because I think his voice.
Waylon Flowers. I couldn't think of it. Well,
That'd be amazing.
We kind of have the whole Hollywood Squares thing going on here right now.
In fact, I tell you right now,
I think I'm George Goebel right now.
If Jim Henson put together Kiss characters, I'd be more apt to watch them in Muppet form than in the new AI where it's like spitting fire and all the nonsense.
I'll be the resident puppet guy. Hey,
There you go. Look at this.
Slashy. Now that's a good series there.
What is that?
It's from
This
Ash
Bruce
versus
Campbell
Evil Dead.
character, the Evil
Oh.
Dead television show remake.
Ash versus Evil Dead. Yeah, that's
Oh,
Ashy
right.
Slashy.
When I saw that scene, I had Yes, we talked about the chair last week. I know I've got
Yeah,
another
these
one.
guys, they love to fixate on the same thing over and over again.
Everybody calm down about my chair. There's somebody in the thing. I know.
Yeah, it's Tannenbaum.
I've ordered a new one.
Robot chicken form would be the best. No, I mean, I'll tell you right now, if you had the Muppet Band playing with Kiss, like as Kiss as Muppets, far more interesting and entertaining than the AI cartoon thing that they're trying to do. Like I said, we already saw it with Scooby-Doo. And I enjoyed the Kiss Scooby-Doo movie, folks. I think it's I think it's good. Me Too, It's Magic. Anyways,
Well,
what
I
do we
don't
got for?
What is the AI thing going to be? What are they going to do? Like just have it on movie screens everywhere so they can tour in every city at once? Like I don't understand what
It's so ridiculous.
Isn't
It
it
doesn't even
supposed
make
to be
sense. Are they putting
holograms?
out new? But are they putting out new music?
No,
I don't
can't.
know.
I mean, they haven't been able to write a song for the past 30 years. Why start now?
Who are you talking about? Kiss?
Kiss.
Oh, okay. I had to dial out this one.
30
What's
years?
the last
Trying to
great
like
Kiss
40.
song? Maybe Modern Day Delilah wasn't bad. You guys remember that? That wasn't bad. I mean, it wasn't great, but it wasn't bad.
The last great Kiss song was "Snowblind" by Ace Frehley.
Ba-dum, ba-dum.
No blind.
Hey, Zim.
I actually didn't mind the track Psycho Circus, but that's when was
96?
That was in the 90s. That was
Yeah.
96, yeah.
I was about to say, how was that album? I never heard the whole thing. I think I heard this. The song I kind of remember hearing, but anything
Hey,
else?
there's him. What was the other one there? Sonic Boom was the one after that. Was that with Modern Day Delilah? Sonic Boom?
I think so, yeah.
You remember Paul Maher, Howie?
Of course.
Yeah, so Paul called me up one time and he was like, Kiss is playing on The Tonight Show. Do you want to come up? And I was like, no, I don't care. See. And he was like, I said, who else is on the show? He's like, Rickles. I'm like, you don't open with Rickles. You open with Kiss. What the hell's going on? So I went up there and I got to school. I got to meet Rickles and I saw Gene and Paul.
Was this makeup or no makeup?
Makeup. This was when they did Modern Day Delilah on the show. And it wasn't bad. Like I said, anything Gene sings, I'm kind of into. I love Almost Human on Love Gun. Love 'Em, Leave 'Em. That was a great tune. What album was that? Was that Love Gun or Rock and Roll Over?
Love 'Em, Leave 'Em is Rock and Roll Over.
Yeah, great tune. Love 'Em. Yeah. Like I said, the Gene stuff for me is the winner. Nothing to lose.
Here's Kiss on the Tonight Show on YouTube. That was 2010.
Yeah.
Modern Day Delilah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rickles was on that show. I met Don Rickles. I said to him, "You're my second favorite comedian." He said, "Who's your first?" I said, "Everybody else tied for first." He goes, "Who the hell said you could be funny? Get the hell out of here. Get lost." He was funny. I love him. One of the greats of all time. Would you guys agree?
Oh, yeah.
Mr.
yeah.
Warmth.
Uh-huh.
Unbelievable.
Right till the end.
Those roasts wouldn't have been anything without him.
In the gym today, Howie, I was doing legs, and all of a sudden I hear, "Keep on pushing, child." Like I never know. Oh, and I'm like, Howie would love this. It's great. I don't know how you don't like the tune.
That's their worst song.
Who? What
No.
song and who?
Slow and Easy by Whitesnake.
Oh. Oh.
There's worse. Not on that album, maybe. That album's great. Yeah, Dangerfield's fantastic. I actually Dangerfield was always my favorite growing up. Tell you it ain't easy, I tell you. Easton thanked me for flying United. Fucking great bit.
Is John Bingham not joining this evening?
I don't know. I sent him the link. You never know with Bingham because if I don't hear from him, if he doesn't come on the show, I know he'll be up all night yapping. Because he's in like a group chat where him and this kid Ryan just are always back and forthing.
Well,
What do we got for a list? What do we got for a list today?
Well, I was the ones I gave you before the show. So let me give you the titles. You tell me what you want to start with.
Let's start with the last one first.
What was the last one I told you?
The
20 classic albums
that were great
don't
that people considered great but are terrible.
But the actual title is 20 classic, in quotes, albums that don't deserve the praise they get.
Yes.
All right. Let me launch that.
So overrated albums, basically.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, overrated albums that like get high praise. So and I'll just say right now, we better see the Velvet Underground in this list.
I was just going to say that.
That fucking band was terrible. Always was. It's the hipster doofus fucking list of Rolling Stones that always puts fucking Lou Reed and Velvet Underground as like being worth something.
Okay, so very quick 2-sentence description. In this rundown, we're taking a fresh look at albums once stamped classic by critics and fans alike. However, not every vinyl that glitters is gold, and time hasn't been kind to these 21.
All right.
All right, let's. There's a lot we're not going to agree with because there's a lot. I'm like, are you fucking crazy? The first one they have up is the Eagles' Hotel California.
That's a great album.
Let me.
I agree. It's a fantastic record. It's not their best.
Yeah, that's one.
But it's fantastic.
All right, they say Hotel California by the Eagles has been heralded as a cornerstone of classic rock, with its title track becoming a quintessential anthem. Apart from the main hit, though, the rest of the album tends to blur into a singular sound that lacks diversity.
Let me just say that.
Absolutely.
I got it right here. New Kid in Town.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Life in the Fast Lane.
Life in the Fast Lane, yeah.
Last Resort's on there, too, right? Pretty Maids, too.
Victim of Love, Wasted Time.
Yep, Victim of Yep, and don't forget the Try and Love Again and Pretty Maids all in a row. The album's fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah, smoking dope.
The only song I can say that I don't care for on the record is Wasted Time Reprise. I don't need to hear you flip the album over and it's like, hey guys, remember this song? We're going to play a minute of it for you. Yeah, pass.
Yeah, so that's a stinker on the list. That doesn't belong there.
Yeah, Victim of Love was great.
Next
Victim of Love caused a lot of issue because Felder wanted to sing the song.
How can anyone say that the rest of the album was one fucking note? That's pretty fucking diverse.
That's retarded.
What, 76?
Go ahead.
All right, next up on the list is Nirvana, Nevermind.
I still think it's a good album.
All right, Nirvana's Nevermind brought grunge from the underground to the mainstream, but the oversaturation of its hits like Smells Like Teen Spirit has, for some, diminished the album's overall appeal. Detractors point out that much of the album seems to recycle the same aggressive raw sound without much distinction.
All right, let me. Does someone pull up the album so we can have the songs? I think Heart Shaped World's a great record. Let me hear what the songs on this album.
That's on In Utero, though.
Yeah,
I know.
That's on their next album.
I just said it's on the other album.
Oh, yeah. Okay, well, I know there's In Bloom is on there.
In Bloom is fucking genius.
I'll say the album, Crowbar. You pull it up.
Hold on a sec. Yeah. Let's just say this. In Bloom is genius.
Okay.
The fuck
Never
was
mind.
that? Just got mooned.
Thank God I didn't see it. I was looking something up. Okay, what is the fuck's the tracks
Hey,
list?
Johnny Kramer.
Okay. Yeah,
hello, everybody.
Smells Like Teen Spirit. Then In Bloom. Then Come As You Are. Then Breed. Then Lithium.
Yeah,
then
Lithium's great. Polly's
then
great.
Polly Wants a Cracker. Yeah, it's Territorial Pissings, which is kind of Gotta get away. Gotta Drain You. I can't remember how that sounds like.
Go ahead.
Lounge Act. Stay Away. On a Plane. Something in the Way. And Endless Nameless, which is the hidden track.
All right, so there's about 3 or 4 really solid tracks.
Yeah.
All right, I agree with it then. It's not the album people relegate it to.
Yeah, I could agree. It's still good. I mean, I can't listen to it now because everything's been fucking played so much.
Right. Woodford Reserve?
No, I'm going with the Crown Royal XO this evening.
Ah, the XO. Okay,
Yeah,
go
Woodford,
on, Joe.
That's why I've been drinking that.
All right. Next up on the list is U2, The Joshua Tree. They say with anthems that once defined the 80s rock sound, U2's The Joshua Tree is perceived by some as an album that leans heavily into its era's production styles, which may not have aged particularly well.
I was going to say any album.
I will
by
say
U2.
this. I like the album before it better. I like Octung Baby better. Joshua Tree has first of all, Where the Streets Have No Name opens the record and it's genius. But With or Without You, and I still haven't found what I'm looking for, I never want to hear again. Ever. Horrible.
Yeah, what else is on there?
Mothers of the Disappeared.
Bullet the Blue Sky.
One Tree Hill is fantastic.
Red Hill Mining Town, Running to Stand Still.
It's a great tune.
In God's Country.
There's some great stuff on it. There's just some dogs on it that really make it so it can't be the great.
I agree with that one. I never like.
Well, I think it's a great record. I won't say it's not a great record. It's a great record. It's just not the people say it's their best, and I disagree. Go on, Joe.
All right. Next on the list, I know Dave will agree with. It's Guns N' Roses, Appetite for Destruction.
Yeah, I agree. I don't agree.
All right. While Guns N' Roses,
Joe, you disagree? I mean, how you disagree?
No, agree 100%.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I love that album. While Guns N' Roses' Appetite for Destruction is cited as a defining hard rock album, beyond its rebellious attitude and a handful of anthemic tracks, it offers little in the way of variety. The raw energy is palpable, but for some, the album fails to deliver after the initial adrenaline rush subsides.
I got to tell you, I'm not a huge Guns N' Roses fan, but I enjoy the living shit out of Use Your Illusion too.
Right.
That's the one album I'd say it's a very good album. I don't call it great, but I think it's very good.
Well, this list isn't that bad except for Hotel California.
Go on, Joe.
All right. The next album on our list is they're out of their fucking mind. Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon.
Oh fuck. No, that holds up. That is classic.
The problem with this is I used to agree with them. I got sick of it for a long time, and I've just come back to it a couple of years ago and love it. I would agree with The Wall, but not Dark Side.
The funny thing is they show a picture of someone going through an album bin, and they show The Wall, but they're citing Dark Side of the Moon. And here's their reckoning here that Pink Floyd's The Dark Side of the Moon is a hallmark of progressive rock known for its sonic experimentation. The album, while pioneering for its time, now serves more as background music, lacking in the lyrical engagement that might be expected from a so-called classic. I think they're out of their fucking mind.
Out of their mind.
That's the hipster doofus.
Time is lyrically fucking awesome.
Time, money, fuck.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Doesn't it still hold the record for being on the charts for longer than any
the
other
longest
album?
time? One of them, anyways. Yeah. Yeah, Dark Side's awesome. How are you a Dark Side fan?
I was never a Pink Floyd fan. It's too sleepy for me, so I can't say anything either way. I never gotten through the whole thing without just.
Yeah, Animals is an album to listen to.
I
it's a great
understand
album.
the appeal of it, but that's just not my thing.
Right.
I'm kind of with Howie on this. I was never a big Floyd guy.
All right, next up on the list, I'm just going to say
Floyd the Barber guy.
Floyd the Barber.
Floyd the Barber. Oh.
I'm going to say the next band. You guess which album. The next band is the Beatles.
Overrated album, they'll say, is Abbey Road.
Abbey Road.
No.
No, they're going to say Sergeant Pepper.
Oh no,
Sergeant
I agree with them. Sergeant Pepper, 100%.
Sergeant Pepper's
100%.
Lonely Hearts Club Band by the Beatles is often celebrated for its groundbreaking approach to album making, yet some listeners say that it sometimes feels disjointed. The experimental nature of the album, while innovative, doesn't resonate with everyone as a cohesive listening experience.
It's not even in my top 3.
Eric Johnson, yes, it has Estranged, which is the greatest. Let me just say this. It's not in my top 4 Beatles albums. And people say it's the... There was some girl, she did like on YouTube, how they have these shitbags that sit there and they're like, I'm going to listen to this album for the first time.
Oh, I hate that.
Right.
Fucking hate
And
that.
so she...
The reaction video.
And so she reacted to Sergeant Pepper, and she was going off like Jesus Christ came down and tossed her salad. It was so insane how she was overjoyed by it. And I'm like, are you? And she was saying, oh my God, this is so much better than Revolver. Better than what? As a coaster, not as an album to put on. Again, not my top 4.
The best is when they're listening to albums and they start this shit. Like they're wiping away tears. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Crying, but it's always not the album, but the one song. And like, there's one girl vocal teacher who's listening to Ronnie James Dio for the first time, singing Stargazer or something. And just, she's just like, did you rewind it 20 times? How did you do that? Like, oh my God.
That's my one I sent you, Dave. You remember that time we were talking about on the show next day? I saw that some girl gushing over Rick Emmett, and I sent him a still photo of her going.
There's one where the woman's gushing over fucking Jeff Tate, and he's singing live, and it's not even a great performance from him. And she's like, "Oh my God, did you hear that? I heard it. Did you? He's out of tune."
That's the best Ethel Merman performance I ever heard in my life.
No way is Use Your Illusion 1 as good as 2. It's okay. It's not a great record, but I think Use Your Illusion 2 is very good. All right, moving on.
Okay, this next one, I'm gonna say they're out of their fucking mind again. Led Zeppelin 4.
Really?
Wrong.
That's an unusual.
It's a great record.
4 might house the epic Stairway to Heaven, but critics suggest that the remainder of the album doesn't consistently deliver the same level of innovation. Zeppelin was often praised for their boundary pushing, but on this album, some tracks come across as standard fare for the band rather than groundbreaking material.
They're out of their fucking mind. You got Black Dog, Rock and Roll, Battle of Evermore.
Sucks.
Right?
Misty Mountain Hop.
The entire fucking album from start to finish.
Misty Mountain Hop, Going to California, 4 Sticks, and When the Levee Breaks. It's 8 songs, and each one is a face melter.
Yeah. Perfect
Out
album.
of their minds.
Wait, you're standing up for rock and roll there, Dave?
It fits in the album. It fits perfect in that album. And I've been listening to this week Fairport Convention, an album called Legion Leaf with Sandy Denny, who sings on Battle of Evermore. The whole record sounds like the Battle of Evermore.
Here's what everybody's got to remember. You got to think about how that record impacted people right when it came out. You can look back now. We're all sick of it. I don't think there's anybody here who could care less to ever hear Led Zeppelin 4 or anything on it ever again. But that away, when that came out, that was nothing sounded like that at that point. That's what, 1971?
71. And think about this for a minute. 71, that album comes out. Aqualung comes out. Who's Next comes out. Yes, Fragile and 2 albums and the Yes album come out in 71. 71 is just fucking. And what else came out in 71? It's incredible. It's incredible. And today you can't get one record. It's like one record comes out in 10 years that you might be like, that's all right. Yeah, I don't know who's making this list. All right, Joe, what's the next?
Next album on the list is Michael Jackson's Thriller.
Agreed.
Well, I'm not arguing with that
100%. It's nothing compared to Off the Wall. Beat It sucks. Billie Jean is okay. I agree with Thriller not being the album that people say it is.
Agreed.
In fact,
agree
I even
to
think
agree.
the Jacksons album Destiny is better.
All right. Next
You're
album on
my
the list.
intensity.
I'm going to go ahead and say they're fucking out of their mind. We have AC/DC, Back in Black.
No. Oh my God.
Let me give you their reasoning. AC/DC's Back in Black delivers a punch with its no-nonsense rock sound, but critics point out that the album's relentless uniformity in sound can become wearisome. Its consistency is its strength, but also its weakness, as the tracks can blend into one another.
Okay, let me just say this is such Hell's Bells, Shoot the Thrill. What do you do for money, honey? Have a drink on me.
Oh,
What's the, let me put my love into you. Back in Black. You shook me all night long. Shake a leg. And Rock and Roll Ain't Noise Pollution. The album's fucking gold.
Perfect album.
And none of
it
those
really
songs,
is.
I thought you were listening to a best hits mixtape, but you're not. You're telling me Back in
What's
Black.
that, Howie?
Giving the dog a bone.
I said none of those songs. None of those songs sound like any of the others.
Right. And I love Angus when they said to him, they said the last 4 or 5 albums all sound the same, and Angus goes, "No, they all sound the same."
All right, next up on the list is one I'll agree with. It's Madonna, Like a Virgin.
Never heard it.
Never heard it either. Never will.
I can't. What's on that? There's
produced
Like a
by
Virgin.
Nile Rodgers, I believe. He produced that album. I'm trying to think what's on
it. Material Girl, is that on there?
I think that's a different album.
Papa Don't Preach.
No,
wasn't that a different album?
That's on a different album.
Okay, let me look it up because we're going to torture ourselves.
Is it on
with
True
this shit.
Blue?
No, I got it. I got it right here. Hold on. Ugh. Fuck. Yeah, hold on. Track listing. Where the fuck is it? Oh gosh, she's horrible. Okay. Yeah, Material Girl, Angel, Like a Virgin, Over and Over, Love Don't Live Here Anymore, Dress You Up, Shooby Doo, Pretender, and Stay.
Yeah, I mean it's
that's not a classic.
3 or 4 hits.
Shits, not hits. My opinion.
Lady Gaga is way more talented than Madonna.
Yes.
I disagree.
Oh,
I disagree.
She can actually play an instrument.
I think Lady Gaga's songs all sound like Madonna's songs.
Oh yeah, but she can actually sing better than Madonna.
Hey, Gary Hubbs.
And she plays an instrument. She wins it right there.
Gary Hubbs, I agree. It is beyond reproach. And Howie, did we talk about AC/DC Flick of the Switch? Are you a Flick of the Switch fan?
I'm the one who turned you onto it, I thought. That's probably my favorite.
No, I think oh, it is. It's fantastic. No, I think we talked about it, and I went and revisited, but I got it when it came. I mean, I was big when it came out, but
I saw them on that tour.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dave, I got a question for you. I don't know if anyone else will jump on this, but I know you'll be interested. You have to watch one of them in a scene where they're stuck in the washing machine, Madonna or Lady Gaga. Who you watching stuck in the machine?
Lady Gaga's nose is probably stuck in the machine.
Wait, what? How old are they? Are they their age now? Are we going to the
choose,
best?
You can choose whichever age you want.
I'll take Madonna at a young Madonna. I'm
going to agree in the chat with Ricky Compton. Those are the 2 best AC/DC records right there. Powerage and Flick of the Switch.
Yeah, that's what we always say on this. I agree.
Next on the list.
Bingham was trying to goad me the other day when he said Let There Be Rock is better than Powerage. I'm like, on what planet? Yeah, no way. Fucking, what's it called? Gone Shooting's the greatest tune ever.
Amazing. What's Next to the Moon?
It's great. Kicked in the Teeth, Down Payment Blues, Riff Raff. I just taught to a student the other day. It's another fun one. Yeah. All right, what do you got, Joe?
Next on the list, and the funny thing is they're showing the picture of AC/DC again. I don't know why. It's Prince, Purple Rain.
Agreed.
Yes.
And I tell people, I'm a Prince fan.
A bunch of hype.
I'll tell you, he's not the greatest guitar player. He's a better bass player. And I love Prince. I love a lot of it. In fact, his underrated album would be Dirty Mind. And the album called Come, The Death of Prince from 93. Those 2 albums are fantastic. Purple Rain had a couple of cute songs on it, and the rest of the records.
What album
Computer
has the
Blue is
song Raspberry Beret? I like that song.
That's the one after
Around the
that.
World in a Day.
All right, I like that
No.
one song.
Yeah. Yeah, Around the World in a Day. All right, moving on, because we all agree that Purple Rain's overrated.
Next album on the list, we have Bruce Springsteen's Born in the USA.
Yes.
Agreed.
A lot of hits, but a lot of shit hits.
Yeah.
Glory days.
All right, I think the next one might get
Pink
Dave
Cadillac
pissed.
on there too.
Yeah. No. No, that's on the river.
Are we ready for the next one?
Mm-hmm.
The Rolling Stones, Exile on Main Street.
Oh, I fucking agree wholeheartedly.
Do you now?
I say it all the time. I said, people say Exile's their best album. I'm like, it's a good album, but it's a double album that's only as good as a single album. Just 4 or 5 songs that are great on it. The rest of the record stinks.
Okay. Anyone else have anything about that?
I'm not a Stones fan.
Don't get me wrong.
Tell you what
People in
songs are on
Space
there.
is fantastic. Happy's fantastic. Loving Cup is great. I might have named them all the good ones. All Down the Line. I could put a great record together on that album.
Well, I got that one wrong, but I know the next one you're going to be pissed and not agree with because it's your favorite artist, Bob Dylan.
Oh.
Do you want to just say all of them, or did I give you?
Is it Highway Revisited?
No,
there?
Nashville Skyline.
Blood on the Tracks.
Oh, Blood on the Tracks. Another overrated
what
fucking
songs are
album
on
of
it?
his.
I don't know.
You're the one that's supposed to be looking up the record.
Yeah, I know. Okay, You're a Big Girl Now. Meet Me in the Morning, which I'm vaguely familiar with. Shelter from the Storm, Buckets of Rain, Lily Rosemary, and fucking cut off there. Idiot Wind. You're gonna make. Oh, let me get fucking right. Tangled Up in Blues on there.
Christ.
Simple Twist of Fate. You're a Big Girl Now. Idiot Wind. Yeah, gonna make me lonesome when you go. Meet Me in the Morning. Lily Rosemary and Jack of Hearts. If you see her, say hello. Shelter from the Storm and Buckets of Rain.
All right, enough of that. It's all terrible.
All right, next on the list.
It stinks.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Crow.
I said it stinks.
Next up on the list is Queen.
What's the album?
Wait. Let me guess. Is it Night at the Opera?
He's got it. A Night at the Opera.
Yeah, because I said that last time I said it's an overrated
Yeah.
album.
All right.
Because I said Prophet Song goes too long. What else is on that record? Now I'm blanking on what's on it.
You're My Best Friend.
I like You, My Best
I'm
Friend.
in Love with My Car.
Seaside Rendezvous, 39.
Seaside Rendezvous, 39.
39 's a
Sweet
great
Lady. Sweet Lady.
It is. It's a good song. The problem is the album before it and the album after it are better. It's not a bad album. It's a good album. It's just the album, it gets all the love. And the album before it, Sheer Heart Attack, and the album after it, A Day at the Races, are better records.
It gets all love because of that one song.
You know what it would be like? It would be like if someone said For Those About to Rock is AC/DC's best album. And you'd be like, what? Back in Black is better before it? And Look at the Switch is better after it. You know what I mean? It's like, it's not the best. It's not a bad album, though. Agreed, Hugh. Go on, Joe.
Next up on the list is The Clash, London Calling.
Agreed.
I agree. That was a double album, too, wasn't it?
No. Oh, maybe
No,
it was.
Was it double? Pretty sure it was.
Clash is overrated and everything. They got a couple of good songs, and the rest of the stuff stinks. I'm all alone in a supermarket.
The Train in Vain was on there. London Calling. We can go through the whole track list if you want. We can just skip it.
Is Supermarket on that one? Train
How
of
about
Vane's a good
Clampdown?
song.
Is Clamp
Oh, I
Down
love
on there?
Clamp Down.
It could have probably been a good single album. Calling track list. Okay.
What's the dog's name, Howie?
That's a dog?
It's not a cat.
Listen,
Not
I
his
didn't
dog. Here
name
comes the
the
name.
dog.
Uh-oh. He had to come with it. You know it's bad when there's a disclaimer.
I don't.
Right.
Why don't we just move on to the next one? On the list?
Okay, well, Train in Vain, Revolution Rock, I'm Not Down, Full Horseman, Love is Rock, Card Cheat, Coca-Cola, Death of Glory, Wrong and Boyo, Guns of Brixton, Clamp Down, Lost in the Supermarket, Right Profile, Spanish Bombs, Rudy Can't Fail, Hateful, Jimmy Jazz, Brand New Cadillac, and London Calling.
Yeah, so
In
there's 4
reverse
or
order.
5 songs that are very good and a lot of
There's
fillers.
Should've
one
been single
song
album.
that's very good, London Calling. Who knows any of
Oh
the
no,
other songs?
Clampdown's a good song. Supermarket's a
Vain.
good song.
Train in Vain was probably the biggest hit on that album.
Working for
If
the
I-
Clampdown, hot lottie lot. I don't know. Clampdown was big too. Train of Vain was huge. Would Stand By Me? Okay, yeah, go ahead.
All right. The next album on the list is I like the album. It's I think the only album by the band that I like. It's Radiohead OK Computer.
Never heard it.
Overrated.
I like it.
Oh, it's a good album. It's just
I
the
don't know
band
enough.
itself is overrated. When people tell you it's one of the best
Oh, yeah.
albums of all time, you're like, come on. It's a good album.
I never listened to him.
All right. Next on the list is Metallica, the Black Album.
Oh yeah, I can't fucking stand that album.
I agree. Not a big fan. I mean, it was a big album.
It's a big turning point for them to when they turn to shit. Yeah.
Nothing else matters. Grates my everlasting nerve. How are you a fan of that album?
I don't think it's overrated. I think it's great. You know, it's a band trying to become more commercial and sell more records. And there's anything really wrong with that. It's not.
No.
I mean, it's not. It's still hard rock metal. It's not like what they became a few years later with Load and, Saint Anger stuff. There's some great songs on it.
Does it hold up as a classic album though?
It's a great fucking song. It is.
Which one?
Sad But True is a great song.
Through the Never I liked.
That was probably.
But I mean, if you ask me what I'd rather listen to that or Symphony of Destruction, Countdown to Extinction, I mean, I'll listen to that.
I think the music on the Megadeth stuff is more intricate and more interesting to listen to, but not his voice grates on.
Oh, I like his voice better than Hetfield's.
Like a cartoon to me.
Hello, me. Meet the real me.
I'd rather listen to that than
Misfits way of life.
Hey, I'm your man.
ever
It
see
almost
the-
sounds like Trey Parker.
You ever see the video of Lane Staley doing an imitation of Dave Mustaine? It's hysterical.
No.
I feel I gotta look
It's
that up.
fucking hysterical. All right.
All right,
Next
what's
on the
next?
list, I don't think anyone here is going to give a fuck. It's Whitney Houston, Whitney.
I have no idea what's on.
I like
No.
the album.
Oh, you bastard.
The first, wait, is that the first album
I
or the
don't
second
know.
one?
You're fucking asking me.
I think it's the first album. I think it's good. Teddy
But does it
Pendergrass
hold
does
up
a
as
duet
a
with her.
classic?
Save,
Is that the one with Dance with Somebody? on it?
no, that's the second
No.
album.
Greatest Love of All.
Greatest Love of All is on it. Saving All My Love for You.
Saving all my love.
I liked their first album. If that's the first album.
Yeah, but does it hold up as a classic? I guess that's the question.
Touch you, make you my woman. I love Teddy Pendergrass. Go ahead, Joe.
All right. The next and final album on the list that they're saying is overrated or whatever they're saying. Bridge Over Troubled Water by Simon and Garfunkel.
Let's see. I can't remember everything that's on it.
But it's
Great album.
I
I just
got
say
it up.
this.
I got it up.
Okay, trying to keep the customers satisfied. The only living boy in New York. Bridge Over Troubled Water. Is Celia on this album?
You
Cecilia?
got Celia, you got Scarborough Fair, you got Mrs. Robinson.
Oh God, that's
You,
classic.
you got I Am a Rock. Come on, Sound
Oh,
of
you're on the wrong
Silence.
album.
Oh
You're on the
my
wrong
God, I'm
album,
looking-
Joe.
Yeah.
That's what it's telling me here.
No.
No.
way.
Okay, it's like Cecilia's on here. Bridge Over Troubled Water. El
What do they
Condor
want?
Pasa. Keep
Oh,
the
they're
customer
listing the
satisfied.
greatest
So
hits
long,
of-
Frank Lloyd Wright. The Boxer.
Yes.
Baby Driver.
Okay.
Only Living
It's
Boy
still
in New
good.
York. Why Don't You Write Me? Bye Bye Love. Song for the Asking.
a great album. It's a great album. Title song is depressing as fuck. It's a great song. Some of the best songs are the most depressing.
Some of the best singing too.
Bridge Over Troubled Water,
Oh, yeah.
Gilbert O'Sullivan, In a Little While From Now. If I'm not feeling any less. I mean, that's the saddest song of all time, and it's genius.
No, it's
Alone
Lick My Love
Again.
Pump.
Naturally.
Well, here's a list I agree with so far.
I'm glad
How
Spinal
about you
Tap
guys?
wasn't on that list.
You guys
What?
remember
It's still a classic album.
Eric Carmen? Never gonna fall in love again. And All by Myself. You know those songs were
Yeah.
ripped off?
From Rachmaninoff.
Rachmaninoff. He ended up having to pay a lot of money. He didn't realize Rachmaninoff was alive in the 19th century. He thought it was like free reign to steal.
I'm
You know,
gonna
like,
do. Go ahead.
bad.
No,
Well,
no.
I was gonna say Barry Manilow stole from Chopin when he did "Spirit Move Me," ba da 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 da. But Chopin's been dead for hundreds of years.
I'm going to do this next list really quick because at 10 p.m. I got to put Mikey to bed. So I'll do. I found some. I thought it's interesting. It's 20. Fuck. Okay, I'm reading the wrong one because it opened in another tab. 20 cult films from the 80s that everyone should watch at least once.
Oh, okay.
Let's fire them off quick. We'll see who liked it, who didn't like it. The first one, I love this movie. It's The Breakfast Club from 1985.
Yeah.
Amazing.
You just earned yourself another detention.
I was
Fantastic.
I was on the fence about that.
Oh,
You just
I
earned yourself
love that.
I
another
liked it,
detention.
but
You want another one?
It was a banner year here. Smoke up, Johnny.
All right, next on the list, another one I love, Blade Runner.
Oh, definitely.
One of my tops.
One of the best.
All right,
James
another
Hong.
one.
James Hong was in that.
Yes, he is.
I do
James Hong
eyes.
in everything.
I do eyes.
Yeah, I make
make
you eyes.
eyes.
I make you eyes. Another one that has one of my all-time favorite fucking people in this movie that I saw him wrestle in what was it, 80?
They Live.
Oh,
They Live.
78. My father took me to see before WrestleMania. They would have this thing called Showdown at Shea, and we went to see Showdown at Shea 2. I
Rowdy
saw
Roddy.
Andre the Giant wrestle Hulk Hogan. It was the
Princess Bride.
Princess Bride.
Oh, okay. I
You
thought you were going
have
to say
to
They
fucking-
Live.
You have not yet. Not
You
yet.
heard of Plato, Socrates, morons.
That guy's fucking great. All
Wally Shawn. Yeah.
right, this
I'm going to
next
choose the
movie-
one in front of you. However, if we Wallace Shawn steals that
Clunk.
movie.
I know he does.
By the way, Heaven Help Us is another genius movie with Wallace Shawn.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember that one. That's with
Your
Mary
souls
Stuart
are
Masterson.
burn in hell. Enjoy the dance. All right,
From
go
nin-
ahead.
From 1986, we have Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
How is that a cult film?
Yeah,
Well,
I was going to
well,
say that was
coming of age.
You know what? Because to us, it's not. But to someone writing a list now, they probably hear the way we talk about it and think it is.
Yeah, that movie
know.
was everywhere.
At some point, we became old fucks. What can I say?
Rooney,
But that doesn't
is
mean
this
Rudy!
that was
Rooney!
a major
That's great.
release. It still gets
Yeah.
played and it gets played.
I mean, listen. The next one on the list is definitely literally one of the defining summer blockbusters. So it's not a cult film. It's Ghostbusters from 1984.
That's not cult.
That's
No.
not a cult movie. No.
Is it true?
How's
Yes, this
that,
man
how's
has no
that
doubt.
cult? There's been how many reboots they try to make of it?
Let me just say this.
Cartoon
Seeing what's
series?
on this list, there better be Fletch on this list.
Yeah.
There better be Buckaroo Banzai.
Which cult
Buckaroo
is this
Banzai
guy
better
in?
be on here.
What's that?
Which cult is this guy in?
Yeah, right.
Cult of personality.
From 1988, Crowbar kept saying the name of it before. It is They
They
Live.
Live.
Yeah.
I
One
just
of the-
saw the anniversary showing a couple months ago.
One of the greatest extended fight scenes ever in a fucking
Most
movie. Just
Eight
laugh.
minutes.
It
8
is,
minutes.
but you
Put the
laugh your
glasses
ass
on.
off. Fucking hysterical.
Another Carpenter movie that's considered a cult movie is The Thing. because
Which
it didn't
is
do well.
next on our list from
Yeah.
1982. It's John Carpenter's The Thing, which is one of the greatest fucking movies ever made.
Big Trouble's got to be on here. Big
That's
Trouble
a
in Little China's got to be on here.
Oh, that's a great movie.
With James Wong, whatever his name is.
This better be on here.
Yeah.
Okay. Coming up next from 1988, it is Beetlejuice.
That was a hit.
That was a hit, yeah.
They don't know.
was a surprise.
It's fucking funny. It's not fucking funny.
Speaking of Beatles,
Coming in at there's no numbers, but from 1984, giving us a franchise starring Freddy Krueger. It is A Nightmare on Elm Street.
That was kind of a hit too.
The hit.
you say starring. It also is starring Lynn Shay. Isn't Lynn Shay in that movie?
I don't know if she John Saxon is.
John Saxon.
Doesn't Lynn Shay play the mother?
No.
No, that's not Lynn Shay. It was some blonde chick.
Yeah.
That kind of looked like Virginia Madsen, but wasn't quite Virginia Madsen.
Dave, Lynn Shay is in the movie.
Fuck off.
Not as the mother, though. Not as the mother.
She played a teacher. She played a teacher. It says Lynn Shay is a teacher.
I asked if she was in it. I'm like, and I have no idea what character she played, but I knew she was in it. She played Magda in the greatest movie ever.
What is the movie?
He's got a couple. He says Return of the Living Dead, which should be on there, and I'm wondering if he says After Dark, but I wonder if he means Near Dark.
Oh, Near Dark.
Near Dark. Bill Paxton.
Is that?
Yeah.
The vampire movie with Bill
Hours,
Paxton.
I think he means.
Yeah.
I think he means After Hours.
That is great. Bill Paxton's great.
No, the Near Dark is fucking amazing. I agree. What was the other one, Matt?
Oh, Return of the Living Dead.
Absolutely. I would put the second one up there as
With
well.
James Karen.
The fucking guy that would do what was the grocery store commercial that guy used to do, and then next thing you know, he's in. I'll look it up. But the next movie on the list is from 1985. It is The Goonies.
That's not cult.
None of these are cult. They don't know.
If The Goonies are from 1985, you got to have Fletch. What about Fletch? Well, he's 6'5", 6'9" with afro. He earns $5 million a year, but he earns every cent.
Magic
That's
Christian.
a movie. I've never seen that movie. I still have to watch that movie. Yeah, I've never seen it.
I love it. It's great. Coming in next, starring David Bowie, is Labyrinth from 1986.
I guess that's kind of cultish because it wasn't that huge, but a lot of people liked it
Well,
afterwards.
a really cult movie that a Bowie movie should be The Hunger.
What about the Bowie movie Merry Christmas, Mr. Lawrence? What year was that?
Oh yeah, that was early 80s. That was the prison one.
The Japanese with Ryuichi Sakamoto. Oh, Caddyshack's the greatest. I agree. I disagree with Fletch doesn't hold up. I watched it recently. It's still good.
I'm going to just do a quote from the next movie. It's one of the greatest movies on the ever made. One of the greatest comedies. A great movie about music. And I'll just do this quote.
Spinal Tap.
You look at this and you think, how much more black could this be? And it's like, no, this is none more black. Fucking Robo, let me do my imitation before you fucking always answer them correctly.
I'm sorry.
All right, so we got This is Spinal Tap.
You know that they're filming a sequel to that right now.
Yeah,
I saw. I think it's.
So let's hope they don't destroy it.
I never found it terribly funny, and I don't find those people funny still.
The next
I do
movie
love
on the
Night
list
Patrol, Hugh.
is I don't understand how the number 2 can make it and number 1's not there, but it's Evil Dead 2 from 1987.
Because Evil Dead 1 was like this college shoestring budget thing, and Evil Dead 2 was a masterpiece.
Not only that, technically,
the first Evil Dead is amazing.
Technically, the first Evil Dead is 1979 when it was released, but the official release was 81. But I mean, like it was actually released.
It literally looks like they did it, as a college project. It's horrible.
Okay, coming up next from
one. Oh,
no, coming in next from 1983. Say hello to my little friend. Scarface.
How is that a cult film?
It's none of them are.
Was it good?
Well, some of them were.
I hate Scarface.
Oh, I think it's brilliant.
Oh, really? You don't like Scarface? Great fucking movie.
When they're playing that "You're a winner," the music during the montage scene, it is unbearable.
Montages were huge in the 80s.
Yeah,
The 80s was a fucking montage. Did you ever see what is it? The Team America montage.
Yeah.
Coming in next, I love this fucking movie, Tron from 1982.
Yeah, that was definitely cult.
Did anybody here
It
see
flopped.
Tron? No.
Come on, you pricks.
Simpsons.
That's from The Simpsons. When Homer goes into the 3D world, they're like, Homer, what's it like in there? And he's like, did anybody see Tron? They're all like,
Nope.
no. It's in the first Treehouse of Horrors one.
Yeah.
Next
Or
on
was
the
it the
list.
third? Go ahead.
Next on the list is probably the only one so far that's actually a cult movie. It's Heathers from 1989.
Oh, with Winona Ryder.
Christian,
and,
Christian
Slater,
Slater.
Winona Ryder.
I didn't love it.
Yeah.
Saw it in the theater.
All right.
What?
Coming up next is Blue Velvet from 1986.
David Lynch. Mommy.
Yeah, Dennis Hopper.
Mommy.
Not a fan.
Yeah.
From
Oh, that's
1988,
moments.
widely considered one of the greatest anime movies ever fucking made. I just bought it on Vudu a couple of weeks ago. Krell, you want to guess?
The greatest what movie ever
One
made?
of
You
the
said?
greatest anime movies ever made.
Anime.
From 1988.
88. Okay. Anime.
Heavy metal?
Wow.
No,
that's
that's 81.
not
No, that was
anime,
earlier.
But that's not anime.
not-
Yeah,
Anime.
animated
If you
and
would've-
anime are two
if you-
different.
Japanese anime, not animated.
If you would have said series, I would have said Star Blazers, but that's not 88.
Tetsuo!
Akira.
Akira. Or Akira, pronounced properly.
What is it pronounced
No
properly?
idea.
Coming up on the list, another John Carpenter movie that someone said this better be on there, and it's on there. Krell,
Big Trouble. Big
The
Trouble in
Fog?
Little China.
in Little China. I'm making you
Great
eyes. Hot right?
And James Hong's and everything.
James Hong's fucking- He was in episodes of The Incredible Hulk.
Yeah, he's great.
Fucking everywhere. I love that guy.
Seinfeld, Party of Four.
Seinfeld 5. What was it? 4. Seinfeld 4. Okay.
It's like-
Coming in next, Say Anything from 1989. I've never seen it. That was the
I
last
saw
one
it.
on the list.
Brilliant fucking
Is
movie.
it any good? Because
It
for
is.
some weird
That's a great
reason, I've
movie.
never seen it, and I love
Yes.
80s movies.
I never seen it either, but
It's-
Better Off Dead should have been on this list.
Oh, that fucking movie is the best.
I agree with
Better Off
Howie on
Dead
that.
was really a cult
You know what
movie.
movie I used to love?
I want my $2.
Oh,
Yeah.
excellent.
You know, that movie came out, I went through that same fucking relationship.
I used
You
to
dated
fucking
Monique?
love that movie, Can't Buy Me Love. Did anyone ever see that?
Yes.
Yes, Patrick Dempsey.
Fucking love that movie.
Strange Brew. Neil Bradbury. That's a lot of good.
You had the same relationship with Diane
You so
Franklin?
bad, I can taste it.
I'm going to put Mikey to bed. I'll be right back.
Yeah. Okay. While you're gone, let me just say this: Weird Science is a good one. Fletch was a great one. We missed a whole. What do you got there, Howie?
I've got my 3 honorable mentions, and I went with the 80s because that's what the list was. But
Go ahead.
a movie called Last American Virgin.
Oh, yeah.
Sharon. Oh, by the way, also starring Diane Franklin.
Yeah.
That's true. Reanimator, the horror movie.
Oh, yeah. That is great.
And lastly, a movie that I don't know if you guys are going to know. It's called 3 O'Clock High.
Oh,
Yeah,
remember
I saw
it.
that in the movies with Casey. What's his fucking name?
Moscow.
Yeah.
Where he gets, he has to fight the school at 3 o'clock, and the whole movie's leading up to that. It's so great, and I've watched it recently. It holds up.
Yeah, it's like I went to go see that with my friend Mike, and we didn't know what movie it was. And it's like, yeah, afterwards, that was a pretty cool movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ben Deo saying Fletch isn't funny. Well, I would disagree.
What about Flash Gordon?
Yeah.
Somebody just quoted 3 o'clock. I don't fuck this up, Mitchell.
35 movies in the 70s.
Gordon's alive.
Gordon, yeah, Flash Gordon is a cult film. That was fantastic.
Highlander counts. That's cult
It
status.
counts as a cult movie, but it doesn't count as a good one.
Well,
There can only be one.
It drove sequels and series that lasted a long time.
Wonderful.
And there's great
Doesn't make
moments
it
in that
good.
too with Clancy Brown.
Yeah, moments, but the movie's unwatchable. Even
I wouldn't call it unwatchable.
Sean Connery in the movie is like, he doesn't ever want to
Ramirez.
see that movie again. Heavy Metal's
In a
great.
scholarship.
Repo Man's good. Barfly was very good.
Oh yeah, Mickey Rourke.
I tried to watch Heavy Metal maybe in the last few years, and I started falling asleep. It was just so boring to me.
RL saying DL,
Creep Show.
but doesn't say anything after.
Oh,
DL.
Creep Show was great.
Creep Show was very good.
What are those Sylvia Crystal movie? What was that called? Private Lessons?
Private lessons.
Or My Tutor was another same movie.
Was that like Lady Chatterley's Lover?
No, these were like coming of age movies. Like, what about Up the Academy?
Oh, I remember that.
Oh, yeah.
That was great. Say it again.
That was the
Oh,
Soundtrack on
Ralph Macchio was in there.
Trick. They
you,
had tons
you
of
guys got a record album? I'd buy that album. Oh, I fucking love that movie. Rodney Vervigard. You know me. I get my share of the quill. Oh, I fucking love that movie.
That was a great.
Also,
movie.
another great movie. Someone said Last American Virgin. Private School with Phoebe Cates and Betsy Russell.
Yeah, Matthew Modine and
Do you Matthew Modine? Yes, but I'm naming the women in it. Krell.
yeah.
Do you remember?
Jeez.
Howie, the question comes to you.
Well,
Betsy Russell or Phoebe Cates?
Who was the first? I couldn't hear the first
Betsy
one. Sorry.
Russell. She was the
Yeah, I know.
girl.
I gotta
I thought
go.
you
with- I love Phoebe Cates. She was so.
Yeah, same
beautiful.
I thought you said
Often that
I thought you
everybody's
said
wrong and
Nipsey
I'm right.
Russell.
But
What about
What about Nipsey Russell?
what about Summer School with Mark Harmon? Do you remember that one?
great.
that's a
Of course,
great-
with
great movie.
Chainsaw?
With the young Courtney Thorne Smith in that.
Oh yeah. I still
Also
take
had
Betsy Russell.
Also had Shawnee Smith. Smith was in that too, and wasn't what's her face from Cheers in there? The second,
Oh yeah, the one who
second-
died.
Kirstie Alley.
Kirstie Alley was in that. Yeah.
Oh, I got one.
I like you, Handelman.
Okay.
IRL, my brother IRL is a huge Up the Academy fan.
You guys know that I used to play with Gunnar and Matt Nelson, the twins. Mark Harmon from Summer School is their uncle. His sister is was their mother.
Summer School is
Oh,
great.
I did not know that.
He's Uncle Mark to them.
That's so funny.
How about
What was the other guy's name? Chainsaw, and what was the other guy's name in that movie?
Oh yeah.
hang
And
on
there's
for a second.
the one big guy who says he's going to the bathroom at the beginning of the movie and he's gone the whole
Right.
movie and he just comes back. Where have you? Wait, are you in this class? Yeah, I went to the bathroom, and he comes back like 2 hours later.
Oh, another great movie from the 80s was where John Candy and Eugene Levy play security guards, Armed and Dangerous.
Oh, yeah.
Armed and Dangerous.
Fast Times. Fast Times is good. I like Valley Girl
Oh,
better than Fast Times.
Fast Times.
Hey Dave, according to the
That's not a
according to the cast, there was only one with a nickname. It's Francis Chainsaw Grip, and the other guy was just Dave Frazier. There wasn't a nickname for him, according to this.
Yeah, no, I didn't say he had a nickname. I just said it was his buddy that he hung out with. I didn't know what his
Dave
name was.
Frazier.
It was Chainsaw and Dave.
How about The Last Dragon?
Oh, you know I
Leroy.
love Bruce Leroy.
Yeah.
And Show Enough.
Show enough.
Leroy Green.
I forget his
I love
name.
The
It's
Last Dragon.
Darius. What's his name? Darius something.
Is James Hong in that movie?
Probably is.
You know who's in the movie The Last Dragon that I love is Mike Starr.
Oh, why does that name sound familiar?
He's Frenchie in Goodfellas. He's also in Dumb and Dumber.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay.
He plays He plays like the guy's right hand, like hitman, henchman, I should say.
Hey,
All right, what
James
do you got,
Hong's in-
Joe? You're back,
What
Joe.
about
Welcome
Dave?
back.
What about Dave? What about your other favorite movie, Breakin' 2 Electric Boogaloo?
Oh, you know I
Great.
love that.
Breaking
We gotta
into
save the rec center.
Electric Boogaloo.
What's the song I love on that soundtrack? There's no stopping us. Ollie and Ray or something. What was the
Great
name of those
fucking
guys?
movies.
I can't remember.
There's no stopping us. Ain't no stopping.
Wasn't Ice-T in there?
In the movie?
I think Ice-T was in that movie. He was in one of the Breaking movies.
Oh, I remember Angel, teenage prostitute.
Oh yeah, I remember that too.
She
Dick Shawn was
overcharged.
in there.
I do.
The guy that played in Stripes, that played the retarded guy was in there. He played the serial.
What was the
killer.
movie with Ramrod? Was that hardcore?
Yes.
Ramrod.
With
George C. Scott?
George C. Scott.
The
My
greatest.
My name is Big Dick Black.
I can come 3 times in the night.
Hey.
Fucking classic.
Want to see my stuff?
Oh yeah, what about the Hollywood Nights? That was a good movie.
Oh, that was awesome. 1980. I've got that on DVD.
New Bomb Turk.
New bomb.
New bomb. Did you come? Did you come?
Over the Edge with Matt Dillon. I think that was 79 though, but that was
Yeah. That was his first movie. Cheap Trick. I had a lot of songs on that soundtrack.
Yeah, Van Halen was all over that soundtrack.
What movie? I never even heard of it.
Over the Edge?
Best part of Hollywood Nights was Dudley
Oh,
Ray.
you've never seen Over the Edge, Dave? You got to see
No,
that.
never even heard of it.
Yeah, it's like a bunch of teens growing up in like this desert, friggin'
California, like suburb thing, like
For a
planned
second, I thought
community.
you were talking about
Later
Over the
Lives.
Top, the arm
I knew
wrestling
Over the
movie.
Top. We knew a guy from Over the Top. Remember Paul Sullivan?
I bought
Matt.
it over the weekend. I fucking love that movie.
Paul Sullivan, who lives in his van behind Gold's Gym. Hey,
They
baby!
live in a van behind Gold's Gym.
He did. He was one of the arm wrestlers in Over the Top.
We could wrap it up with, how about this? 21 bands that still tour but should have hung it up.
All right, let's see what that
Well, now
is.
they hung it up.
All right.
Bullshit.
Stones.
Howie says they're lying.
I'm going to disagree
Stones.
with every single one. Nobody should hang it up. Fuck that.
Don't be so sure.
No?
Well, listen, if Winger and Stripe are on the list, don't yell at me.
Yeah, I know that kind of hits home.
Like Foreigner, good point, Christopher Valdez. Foreigner should hang it up. There's nobody in the band playing in that band. It's not Foreigner.
Yeah, they're all
That's why
foreigners.
they're called Foreigner. They're all right. They're all foreigners to the original band.
No, I got a
They're not
friend.
even the original band. They're not even members of the band that even Foreigner 4.
I
Just
agree.
change the band to
I agree
Citizens.
with the point, but I think maybe if they called it an evening of Foreigner, because
Agreed.
nobody's going to
Agreed.
go out and play those songs have to stay alive somehow.
Spinal Tap Mark
Well, there's
II.
a Foreigner cover band out in L.A. Go see them.
Yeah, it's not. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
All right. From athletes to musicians, some people just don't know when to hang up the cleats or, I suppose, the microphone. When you spend your life in the game, it's hard to imagine moving on without it. Hanging on past your prime then is a relatively normal thing. We've gathered a list of 21 bands that once had incredible careers but have reached their best by date. Rather than choosing to tour again and again, these men and women should have stopped before staining their legacy. Let's dive in. That's brutal. Okay.
Let's.
First band, I didn't even know they're still out there. Oasis? I thought they broke up.
Are they that old?
They're
Are
like
they
mid-90s.
playing? I didn't even know they were still out there touring.
I only thought it was two brothers and
think
they don't
got
talk.
back together again maybe
Yes, Pam.
6 years ago.
Well, it wasn't a
Okay.
case of them still being out there. And they,
All right, let me move
Yeah, I
this
mean,
so I can.
well,
I couldn't tell you anything about Oasis other than
All right, let's forget that. Next on the list is U2.
are they still around?
Well, I guess. I don't know if they're
I
still
mean,
touring.
they could go out if people want to go see them. I say go play, and I don't think they're bad. They're not bad. Like
no.
Bono can still sing. If Bono went up there and sounded like Paul Stanley, I'd say okay.
They just did that residency at the Sphere in Las Vegas, and it was supposed to be an amazing experience in there.
Yeah, I mean, my whole thing is if the singers can sing, let them sing. If they can't sing.
Next on the list is the Beach Boys.
What? They're still doing it?
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
they're like Jimmy Buffett. They'll never go away until they die.
Right. Original Beach Boys members Dennis Wilson and Carl Wilson passed away in 83 and 98. Today, the only surviving members are Brian Wilson, Mike Jardine, and Al Love. But only it says Al Love, but only Bruce and Mike continue to tour.
And Mike Love.
I don't know. I didn't write it.
I know, but I'm just telling you what the guy's name's in the band.
All right. I know.
Yeah, Mike Love was the singer, like the lead singer in the band.
I don't agree with the next one.
Go ahead.
The next one is Paul McCartney. If he could do it, go out. That's Sir Paul McCartney.
You know, here's what I'm going to say about this, because I can see Howie's point, but I think my point is far more important. You don't need to go out and play a stadium if you're Paul McCartney. No, listen why. Because it takes way too much energy to play but as an 80-year-old guy, if he wanted to go and do an evening with Paul McCartney at the Beacon Theater, he could sell out weeks in advance and do shows all over. It's the stadium shows that I feel like. Do you guys know who the piano player Seymour Bernstein is? Or Bernstein? Have you guys ever seen this guy? He's an old guy. He has some YouTube videos on, and he talks like this. He's a New York Jewish gentleman, and he talks like when Beethoven. And he's so fucking slow. If that guy put on a concert, I'd be like, listen, I'm bringing a blanket and a pillow because I'm going to get the best sleep of my life. I just think McCartney, when he's playing in a huge venue, they don't have the energy for it. And it does stain the thing. Whereas if he played at the Beacon, I'd be like, this is great. Now, I saw the Stones twice in 2006. I saw them at the Forum in L.A. Fantastic. I was so blown away at Mick. Then I saw him at Dodger Stadium in December. And I was so blown away how bad he was playing at a live venue outdoors. It was completely a different vibe from the singer. He had to project so much more. So it was like he was shouting at Dodger Stadium, but at the Forum, he was singing. It was more of an intimate, it was so much nicer, and he sounded fantastic.
All right.
Anyways.
Next on the list is one of my favorite bands, but I agree with what they're saying because I think two of the guys that passed away were an integral part of the band. You can't really replace. It's the Who. I don't think without any
no one needs to see them.
You know, and I love them. But
I missed my computer just shit out. Who was it? Sorry,
the Who.
The Who.
I saw him maybe a year or so before the pandemic, and they were fucking amazing.
Okay.
Fucking amazing. He sang great. The set list was great. They had energy. I totally disagree with that.
All right. Fair.
Next on the list.
If they still sound good, they should still do it. I mean, I don't think that Entwistle's death has anything to do with them stopping.
No, he's been gone forever.
Yeah, a long time. At least 15 years.
Yeah, but that's when they should have stopped. All right. Next on the list is Aerosmith.
I wouldn't see them.
Howie froze. Either he froze or he's having a stroke. So
I think he might have froze. But I will say this about Aerosmith. If they were playing in my downstairs living room, I'm not making it to that show. I've seen him enough. I've seen him live quite a few times. I just wouldn't see them at this point in their age. No.
All right. Coming up next on the list is the Rolling Stones.
Again, if
I agree,
they at a small venue, I'm telling you, Mick sounds good. And if he can still do it, why not do it? Him and Keith.
Okay. The next on the list is a weird inclusion. It's Dolly Parton.
She was just half naked at a halftime show wearing a Dallas Cowgirls outfit last weekend. She looks great. She still sings great. What's the problem?
Okay.
Agreed.
Now we have the
She
next
can
one.
still sing her ass off.
Right. Madonna is the next on our list.
Is she out there touring though?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
When's
it's
the last,
pretty easy to tell someone they should stop when they've already stopped.
Yeah.
The next on the list, I wish they'd have never started. Green Day.
Yeah, but that's all for selfish reasons,
Oh, there
including
was a
that I hate them.
Madam X tour was 2019, 2020, and Celebration tour was 2023. She toured 2023. Madonna.
No idea.
I didn't even know.
I didn't know about it. It shows you how irrelevant she is.
Coming up next on the list is Eric Clapton.
He's
I
not
thought he
touring.
stopped
I don't
for
see
health
any-
reasons. I thought he couldn't play anymore. I thought he had an arm issue.
I don't
Clapton's
know,
last
but
tour
this
was-
is,
Them before.
this is linking to another list that I'm going to have to open up and save 16 best
Hold on.
guitar players.
Joe, let me just say that one more time. That never stopped Clapton before. Christ.
Actually, his last concert was September 30th of this year.
Yeah, he did a thing like a tribute to somebody, but I don't think he's touring. Like he announced a few years ago, he had some, I don't know, it was a bone disease or a muscle disease or something that was starting to, atrophy was setting in and severely affecting his ability to move his arms.
I would say to Clapton, get up there and sing. Who cares? You never were a really great player anyways. We'll get some shitbag up there to play your parts.
Blind lemon shit bag.
Honestly, what are we going to do? You know what I mean? It's like anyone can get up there and do it. Let's go. Get up there and sing. That's what people like him for as an artist. I love the August album. And Journeyman's a great record. And Behind the Sun is a great record. But, I mean, if he's up there going, she's waiting, I don't care if you get Kenny Wayne Shepherd on there on guitar. Someone that plays a pentatonic scale. Get him up there. Let's go. We got 5 notes. You got 5 notes to play. Work him as best you can. He's not going to go outside of that. And listen, Eric likes to bend a little flat. Make sure you don't use a heavier gauge string.
Next
By
up
the way,
on the
folks,
list,
in case you guys don't know this, Eric Clapton will be on the panel next week. Eric Clapton and Paul Stanley will be here, folks.
that'd be a little flat.
They paid us. They paid us.
Coming in next is Guns N' Roses.
I don't care for them, but what if they could sell tickets?
Axel's
Well, that could be your answer to every single one of these.
Yeah.
'Cause every single one of these is selling tickets.
Yeah.
All right. Next up on the list is Maroon 5.
I mean, look,
they should have hung it up years ago. Oh, man, what
who
an
the fuck-
aggravating band.
I wouldn't even know that as a band. Is that the
Yeah.
Adam Levine band?
Yeah.
I mean, to me, they play songs that are on the radio, but they actually go out and tour.
I don't know.
I think so.
Yeah, where does he find time to tour, in between The Voice or whatever the hell he's on?
They have some okay songs.
Yeah, I mean, I just can't imagine like, oh, Maroon 5's coming. Oh, we gotta go see them. You do?
Now,
Okay.
I wonder why ELO has never done a reunion tour.
Because they're all dead.
Well, the only one that
No.
anyone cares
well,
about is
Bev
Jeff
Bevan's still
Lynne.
alive.
No,
Bev
hold on. I
Bevan's
think
still
the
alive.
band's alive. I think the piano
No,
player's
just-
still alive. I think Bev Bevan's
Bev
still
Bevan, yeah.
alive.
They played at the Hollywood Bowl like
I'm
last
just
year.
joking. I don't know
Did
if
they
they're
really?
alive or dead.
ELO is awesome.
Coming in at number
Yes.
14, Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah, please hang it up, Bruce.
Well, the guy's still playing 4-hour
Yeah.
shows and people are going. I in fact,
That-
he just
that-
played it.
that's
Didn't he
my
just announce
personal
his
opinion.
last
I
shows?
I never
This
liked
was
him,
his
so-
farewell tour.
Was it?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, because I
don't
know a bunch of people that said they went out to go see him because it was the last chance they were ever going to get to see him live. Because this was it.
The next band on the list is Metallica.
Are they even touring? And if they're touring, they're probably selling a fuckload of tickets.
I don't think they ever stop touring, and they sell out gigantic. They sell out the Enormo Dome.
They're not
everywhere
that
they
old.
go.
They're what, 62?
And
Well-
if you, let me tell you something. Metallica, why is it so many Mexican people love Metallica?
Because there's a Mexican in the band.
Because Robert Trujillo.
No, even before that. Always, I used to see a lot of Mexicans in LA walking around with black Metallica shirts.
Yeah, I think Kirk Hammett's a Mexican myself.
Oh, is he?
I don't know. He looks like one.
Looks like a gay Mexican.
The next band on the list, according
Talks
to
like
someone on our panel here, it has a
Hold
gig
on a
next
second.
year.
Just a quick announcement. I just
ahead.
heard next week, Kirk Hammett will be on the show.
Kirk Hammett, Eric Clapton, and Paul Stanley.
Right.
Next on the list, speaking of Paul Stanley, is Kiss.
Oh.
Well,
guess what?
Speaking of homosexuals?
Apparently, they got a hold of this list and they're taking this advice.
Hard.
Okay. After that, we have. All right. Honestly, I think I seriously thought these were all dead, but they're saying the Monkees are out there.
Monkey. There's one monkey.
There's
Yeah,
one
Mike
monkey.
Nesmith is the only
There's
one
one
alive.
monkey and he's throwing shit.
Is there a date on the?
No, Mickey Dolenz is alive, isn't he?
Yeah, Mickey
Oh, yeah,
Dolenz.
yeah,
He's
yeah.
the only monkey.
Yeah, they're saying he's the only one alive.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Hey, I'm
He's
a
still
monkey.
touring.
All
But he
right.
tours as Mickey Dolenz, I think.
Well, apparently, he's
By
calling
the way,
it the
someone said
Monkees.
Kirk Hammett is Irish and Filipino, which is the history of, I believe, at one point, Ireland and the Philippines conquered Mexico. Let's see.
The next group on the list is Golden Earring.
They're still around?
Look, who do I go see if I want to hear the live rendition of Radar Love? Golden Earring. They're still doing it. When the Lady Smiles, you guys remember that song and from 84? Mike Nesmith wrote what songs? None of the songs that were hits. He wrote songs that they ignored. The Monkees songs were written by Neil Diamond. Let's see. He wrote I'm a Believer and It's a Little Bit You, It's a Little Bit Me. I mean, they had writers.
And musicians.
I don't think Nesmith ever had a hit.
Oh, shit. They even had Frank Zappa teaching them how to act like rock stars.
Golden Earring 2021 they played.
All right.
Next
I
group
like
on
Golden Earring.
Yeah, I did too.
Next
Go
group
ahead.
on the
Few
list
songs
is
I knew.
Def Leppard.
Oh, that I agree with. Only because Joe Elliott, when I hear him sing, it hurts. He can't sing anymore.
Same thing with David Coverdale.
Hold on. I just had my producer just message me, and David Coverdale and Joe Elliott on next week, folks.
And they've got it in for me. They've got it in for me.
Okay, I thought this band was done, but apparently maybe they're still out there. It does say they have no original members left. Leonard Skinner.
That's true.
Yep.
There's no.
Washington was the last one.
Why?
Yeah.
Washington was the last one.
If
There's only-
the guys in that band had any sense of humor, they'd be doing a double bill with Foreigner.
Isn't Artemis Pyle still
Artemis
alive, but he's
Pyle's
not in the
still
band.
alive, but technically he wasn't on the first record. Maybe not even on the second
Yeah,
record.
but he's not even in the band anymore, though.
Yeah,
He hasn't been for a long time.
Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah, no.
when I was out with Winger this summer, we were supposed to play on a bill with Artemis playing right before us. I was so excited to see him and meet him, and that's the only gig of the whole summer that we did that got lightninged out and called at the last minute. So I didn't get to meet him or see him. I was so bummed.
Just be glad you weren't on a plane when that happened.
Oh, okay, Hugh.
I
Another
think
band.
this is the final band.
Too soon?
21, REO Speedway.
Speedbagging.
I'm tired.
Teabagging.
I'm tired. Oh my god.
Okay, let me just say this about Rio Speedwagon. Guys, I'm going to name a group of singers, and I want you to give me a common thread. Kevin Cronin,
Okay.
Dennis DeYoung,
Gay.
Paul
Well,
Stanley.
closeted gay. All about
And I want to know and Freddie Mercury, I want to know out of these singers, which one makes Charles Nelson Riley look the manliest?
Kevin Cronin definitely friggin' looked really friggin' feminine.
There's nothing wrong with Dave Amato, the guitar player, is a friend of mine. He's fucking great. He's a great guy. The band sounds amazing. I just saw him a year or two ago. They're
He
great.
replaced Charlotte Ray in the band. If anyone has seen Gary Richrath before he passed,
Yeah,
when he
was
ballooned up, he looked like a middle-aged Charlotte Ray.
Yeah.
I saw him playing with another band, and in the front he was like, "Girls, girls." That was my Charlotte Ray impersonation, folks.
great.
Speed bagging.
I like teabagging.
I'm gonna laugh about that.
The facts of life are they still sound good. And you know what? Even bands that aren't on this list, the bands that we're all going to agree just are like horrible. Motley Crue, the way Vince Neil is, and we could think of a few others. They're still selling tickets.
Yeah.
There's people who want to see these songs. So there's no reason anybody should hang it up if they're still selling tickets.
But here's my question. Two of the guys in Kiss who drive the bus, you've got Paul Stanley and Gene Simmons. Paul Stanley's worth like 150 to 200 million. Gene Simmons over 300 million. What is the point of them doing like, now we're going to continue because Kiss belongs to you? Well, just, can you fucking retire and get the fuck?
What the point is? It's one word. It's ego. Nobody wants to say, yeah, I'm done. I'm too old and nobody gives a shit anymore, so I'm done. Nope. Nobody wants to do that.
They want something to live on after they pass away. That's what they want.
Why?
No, but you see these guys like, look, you got Bob Dylan. Now, you guys know I hate Bob Dylan with a passion. I think he's one of the least talented pricks. But he was smart enough to sell his catalog and just say, I can just fucking live out my life now. I don't have to do a fucking thing. I'm not going to work another day writing music. Paul Simon, great songwriter. Stevie Wonder. These guys aren't out there trying to fucking continue. They sit there and they're like, you know what? Now I'm going to relax. I'm going to enjoy a glass of sweet tea while sitting on a fucking bench on my porch for my sunset years, like an Arizona sunset. I just don't understand what the heck. To me, it was like this tour was, it's the farewell tour for Kiss so I can get Evan Stanley in front of some people. Mm-hmm. And I've asked everybody, nobody's heard one note from the band. Nobody cared.
It's the Kiss leg up tour.
And I have to say, watching Paul Stanley live on stage, I don't know how people can rank on Billy Squire's video. Billy Squire literally makes
Billy Squire's hand
Holmes.
movements. It was the hand movement. Paul Stanley, all his waist and his legs, he's like that. He snaps his fingers back and forth.
Okay, but we got to make a point here. Paul Stanley always acted like a queer.
Yeah,
agreed.
Billy Squire didn't until that video.
It's like he came out of the closet.
Right. So the rule of thumb then is, though, don't act gay for one video. Do it for your entire career.
Correct.
And also,
not that there's anything wrong with that.
There's anything wrong with it. So, can you guys tell me what the new avatars are? Yeah, we have a cat, we have a demon, we have a spaceman, and we have a star child. We have a star child, everybody.
Well, one band that really needs to hang it up is Motorhead.
I am retired from music, Cheech. What the fuck am I doing?
That's right. The Motorhead's still going.
Retirement was handed to me.
I was going to say, they're still going.
That's the joke. They're all dead.
But I'll tell you right now, if I came out tomorrow and put out an album and it was like huge sales, millions of dollars, I went on a tour and someone said, you know what? Why don't you stop? All right. You don't have to twist my fucking arm. You got enough money to retire. Live your life. What are you doing? Yeah, you go out and do a couple of shows, book a couple of shows at the Beacon Theater. By the way, have I mentioned the Beacon Theater will be on our show tomorrow? Since I plugged them 3 times. Yeah, I mean, I don't. I mean, some guys have no problem retiring. I mean, for a long time, we didn't hear anything from George Lynch, and we were happy. We were a good people. There was peace in the land.
No.
Now George Lynch, is he back?
He's been back. He never stopped. However, I heard that he's going to start to slow it down. He's starting to manufacture his own line of guitars.
Oh, he's been doing that for a while.
Yeah.
No, he was with ESP for a while.
Yeah, but
he's been doing this Mr. Scary thing.
them, or like they're George Lynch brand guitars or whatever, and apparently it's doing well enough where he's gonna call it a day with Lynch Mob this year because of that. And stay home, sell guitars.
Well, he's pushing 70, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, he would have been.
Whatever happened to I'm Screaming Blue Murder? What the hell's his name? Sykes. Whatever happened to? Is he retired?
Yeah, he retired.
Yeah, you know, he did a bunch of magazine interviews maybe right before the pandemic hit, where he said that he's had a record in the can forever, but his manager died, and then a whole bunch of things happened because of that. But he was definitely coming back out. The record's finally going to come out. Going to do a bunch of shows, and then literally, like the pandemic hit, and he just disappeared again.
Yeah,
I think from what I understand, I could be wrong. I could be way wrong, but I think he's just disenfranchised with the way the music industry is now compared to the way it was when he was able to make a living. And I think he just said he doesn't want to have any part of that anymore.
Gonna work for Roto-Rooter.
I mean, he's made money. He's good. I mean, what can you do?
Yeah, if he was smart with
I'm
it.
sure the Whitesnake 1987 album money is still rolling into him.
Exactly. It's still coming in his mailbox.
Yeah.
And he wrote Still of the Night. Just got to get somebody new to cover it. Put it with a rap record. You'll make the money again.
Well, it's getting played somewhere every day.
Yeah.
And I don't mean Spotify where you make pennies, but I mean like regular.
No, Here I Go Again is getting played, but I don't think.
No, but I'm saying there's a lot of guys that are out.
He didn't write that though. Bernie Mars wrote that. Who just
that was from the original.
Yeah.
Whitesnake Band.
Which one?
Bernie Mars.
No, which song?
Here I Go Again.
Oh yeah. That's from the Saints. Is it Saints and Sinners? Yeah. Like a hobo.
Yeah.
Right? That's what it says. Like a hobo.
It sounds like he's saying like a homo. When he sings.
That's why they changed it, I think.
Yeah.
That's what the rumor is.
Like a homo.
Anyways. Great show, guys. Great to have you here. Don't forget, next week we have an all-star cast. Next week it looks like Kevin Cronin's going to be here with Dennis DeYoung.
Kirk Hammett.
By the way, do you guys remember when the Army used to have a don't ask, don't tell? You couldn't ask like somebody trying to get into the Army if they were gay. And it was an easy go-around because all they used to say to people is, which songs do you like better from Styx, Dennis DeYoung or Tommy Shaw? I like the Dennis DeYoung songs. Gay? Okay, come on in.
I don't think
you,
they had that
Tommy
question.
Shaw?
They didn't have that question for the Kiss Army.
No. In fact, I think Cheech's parents moved to Canada, so he didn't get drafted into the Kiss Army. That's why he's up there. All right, Johnny Kramer, we'll be seeing you. All right, everyone. I think we're done. It's 10:37.
Yeah, I gotta get some sleep.
I don't like Coldplay. You guys like Coldplay?
No.
That type of music to me is pedestrian. It's just uninspired, boring. I mean, that might be my favorite song by them, and I don't like it. Anyway,
it's upbeat,
thanks,
depressing music.
Anyways, everyone, we shall see you next week. Howie, thanks a lot for coming back on. Krelba, Matthew, And Joseph, thanks so much. Anybody else? Did anyone see that in the intro I had Cannon in there smoking a pipe?
I did.
Yes.
It looked like Kent Millay.
Oh, he passed away, didn't he?
Oh, yeah. A few years ago.
Like a long time ago. But you know, Kent, he was funny. There was a guy who was selling like a collection of guns to me in San Pedro.
Oh, you've told this story. I remember this.
Well, I was like, the guy was like, a couple of $100. So I said, and I knew Ken collected guns. So I'm like, hey, listen, this guy's selling a collection. It's like an estate of guns. And I guess he paid like super cheap. And he got like 6 guns in the deal. But one of the guns was like a Kimber 1911 that was worth way more than Kent even paid for all 6 guns.
Yeah, I know.
And he was like, oh, man, I got to take you out to eat sometime for that. And then he died. Lovely story. Then he dropped dead.
Yeah.
Actually, Dave, we mentioned last time a show from the 70s that you didn't know what it was. Did you happen to get to look at that? Harry O?
No, Harry O?
Yeah, you need to.
I'll check it out. I still have to watch the Night What's the name of that?
Night Stalker
show.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, you definitely got to watch
Do you know that show, Howie?
Yes, I do.
I never watched it in my life. You know what I have been watching is a lot of Perry Mason.
Yeah. Harry O only ran for 2 seasons, but it's right up your alley.
Oh, all right. I'll check it out.
What?
If it's free somewhere.
Harry O with David Jansen.
Yep.
David Jansen. My favorite David Jansen is The Fugitive, only because Cannon is the narrator. And David Jansen is on the right. Cannon's got the William Conrad. Let me tell you, when they're firing a gun at Cannon and they can't hit him, you have to be shooting in an absolute opposite. The gravity, the pull, once you become, you're in the horizon of Cannon. There is no pulling away. And Cannon can't even open. He's got blue eyes. He can't open his eyes because he's always squinting, and he can't miss a fucking shot. He pulls out a snub nose. He'll hit somebody at 300 yards. The greatest comedy show. It's the greatest comedy show of all time that's not meant to be a comedy.
Especially if Cannon has to chase somebody.
Cannon.
I like where they have the stunt double in the fat suit kicking someone in the head.
Frank Cannon flies a helicopter once, and someone says, "You have a pilot's license?" He goes, "I was an LAPD officer for 10 years." Have you ever met my buddy Deemer, Howie? Bob, who's an LAPD cop? He's like, "I've been on the force 30 years. I could barely drive my car." This guy's flying helicopters, and he's got his semi truck fucking license. He's a cop for 10 years. All right, everybody. That's enough. Go home and do your put on Cannon, folks. Watch, by the way, if you really want to get on a good diet, watch the Frank Cannon diet on YouTube. It's classic. A sensible shake. All right. Thanks a lot, everyone, and very good.